This one's gonna be pretty surprising to most people. And so if you're out there and you think you've tried everything to relieve your shoulder pain, I bet you haven't tried this one. This is for specifically people that are reaching forward and up and to get shoulder pain somewhere between here and there when they're reaching forward. Not for side to side, not for rotating, but for the ones that get pain when they reach forward. A lot of moving pieces here. We know that the shoulder blade, the upper spine have to extend back, and we also know that the hips need to extend. We don't pay too much attention to it, but when we lift up, our hips actually help us with that motion. If we have tightness in the front of the hips, that can cause excessive motion in the shoulder joint and pinch on that rotator cuff, that impingement syndrome we talked about earlier. So I'm going to show you how to relieve the tension or increase the mobility in the front of the hip so when you reach up overhead, there's less stress in your shoulder. And actually, you can do a test at home too if you don't believe me. Actually, stand here first and lift your arms up and think about how that feels compared to this where you flex the hips and then try it. That's going to be harder to do and usually increases pain. Nice little test there. Okay, so we get down on one knee. Use a pad, a pillow. Hold on if you need to. We're going to get into this position where we're going forward and you're going to feel tension in the front of this right hip. There should be no pain. We're going to move a little bit front to back, but then proving that the shoulder's involved, I want you to try to take the arm and reach up and back. I don't want it to be painful though, so if it's hurting you, but when you reach up, you should feel that intensify. If the shoulder is hurting when you're lifting up, just simply move the hips without the arm. So we do about 45 seconds front to back. Again, if you can lift the arm up and back when you go forward, that's great. If you can't, that's okay. Again, we'd switch sides, do the same thing. If my left leg's down, my left arm is going to move up. All right, so there you have it, an easy strategy to relieve shoulder pain when you're lifting up in front of you, and it's in an area that's really far away, the hip. Talking about one of the most common causes we mentioned earlier in the show, which is the inability for the upper spine to rotate left and right. And this is really for people that are out there that have shoulder pain when they reach across their body this way or when they reach behind them. And so that is a big indicator that there's a problem with the upper spine's ability to rotate. And so in order to get rid of that, we need to improve the rotation by kind of stretching that upper spine. And so I'm going to show you an easy strategy how to do that. We're going to use this fancy thing called a true stretch. Don't worry about that at home. You're going to simply use your doorway, okay? So pretend like this is the door frame. And what I want you to do here is we're going to try to first improve the motion to the right in our upper spine. So you're going to put your right foot forward. You're going to take both hands and put them on the door frame, okay? Real basic. This should not hurt. So if it's hurting the shoulder, you're just going to skip this one. And once we get our hands fixed, we're just going to simply drive the right knee forward. When I drive my right knee forward, that creates, my pelvis wants to turn to the left, which is going to create a nice stretch in my upper back. So again, we're going to do this for about 30 seconds, front to back, where the knee's going forward. Then we're going to take the hips and move side to side. Okay, so another 30 seconds. So front to back, side to side, so it's a total of a minute. And then I'm just gonna turn around and switch sides and put my left foot forward and my hands to the left and start that sequence over. Typically, I'll do that a few times a day for a few weeks, and I should see a relief or some decrease in pain with my arm reaching across my body or behind me. So there's an easy, quick tip to relieve shoulder pain naturally without medications, injections, and surgery.